why we gotta go through the bullshit. It behooves me. It really do, man. It really amazes me that we gotta go through this shit every single day. Groundhog Day. So seeing as it's Groundhog Day, I gotta do something, say something, repeat something that another motherfucker has to say, or do, or figure out the puzzle before the end of the show, so I can get through, so I can get myself off the list or whatever case may be. Um, I sit here and try not to make these videos. It seems like I go through more hassle and when I don't try to make videos. So here it is. Day, I don't even know. Still living outside. You see all the little nonsense they got tagged and everything, little markers. And everybody got straws. Now, from back in the day, from what I remember when niggas used to carry straws, I mean, you like do cocaine. Like, I mean, you doing bumps or something, you doing something. But other than that, straw represents a phallus. So is you looking for a dick or I don't know what that shit about. You know what I mean? Hence, you know what I'm saying, you got both sides of the tree, both sides of the body. And like I said, man, I get here, or just say for instance I'm chilling. They'll start the program and start the show. Like I told y'all, you see them niggas with them scooters and shit, motorized vehicles and stuff. You know the show about to begin. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you know how to broadcast your voice out and send your frequency out, you can send it to people, and other people can hear your frequency, and you can tell people where other people are, where they're hiding at, and all that. Just like I just seen myself where I was standing at not too long ago, taking a piss, because somebody just, and hence the piss smell is in the air, because somebody was watching me and had my, because other people can do what I do, right? So, say for instance, if I know where you are, I could pick up your scent. I could pick up where you at, like on some Wolverine type shit, right? If you're really crafty at it and really good at it, you can make somebody use the bathroom on themselves. You can make somebody fart. You can make it do a whole bunch of stuff. Hence, in Kick Ass, they had the six stick. You know what I'm saying? Which I already told y'all this before. The six stick, which you basically can send a frequency out, and all she had was a radio wave and an antenna, basically. It sent out a frequency when she pointed into a certain area. It made somebody have convulsions of throwing up. You know what I'm saying? Or explosive diarrhea. Because they were the ones talking crap, she gave them what they were looking for. Hence, gal, which being black, black being gal, which is also cold or dry. And if you know cold and dry, that means you're sick. And if you're sick or cold, hence you have a cold. If you have a cold, that means it has to be released out of two ways, either through the one or through the two. All right. Also, it's a flip side too, because you know what I'm saying, people like to do weird stuff. They like to say sexual transmitted diseases, which you can release it from the one or the two. So hence you have a phallus or a vaginal area, or everybody has a butthole. So you know what I'm saying. That's where it will have to be released from. There's a thing where they try to get into the temple through the mouth. If you can't get through the door one, they'll try to go through door two, hence gas, pressure, and all the nonsense going up, which air is a object of cold. Air is also masculine, but it's moisture, it's cold, it is wet. So seeing as it's cold and wet, it goes from cold and wet to cold and dry. So you have this is just a buildup of mucus. Hence the horn. They doing little things. I'm making the video, and the sun's coming back out. Now, hence them already saying I'm making a gang stalking video because that's what they say every time I go to make one. He's making a gang stalking video. It's gang stalking. It's gang stalking. It's gang stalking. Gang stalking. And like I told you, if you're clever enough, basically you can feel other people. So say for instance, right? It's basically being a Jedi. If all right, Vader could feel his wife dying and can sense all the pain, her labor. He can feel it, right? That means he's tapped into the force, tapped into the source. Neo could do the same thing. It's all the same, right? So Vader being basically Osiris, right? If Vader is Osiris, he lost all his amenities, his limbs and all that stuff. He lost everything. He was cut up and had to be rebuilt and became the being that runs the netherworld, the underworld, right? He had to be set free though. He had to get his stuff right, which his son had to go fulfill that. Who is his son? Vader's son is Luke. Luke is supposed to be Horus. Horus is the left side eye, which he's under Ra, which is royalty, which is the right, which his left, which is the masculine and feminine. His left was plucked from him, which was his left eye. The feminine side was stolen from him. Henceforth from supposedly his uncle, or you could just say Set, which is royalty, which is supposed to be a jackal or the shadow, the backside. However you say it, Satan, the rival, the adversary, whoever you want to call it, however you want to spin it, whatever. Which is the being that is underneath, which is the feet, which hence say you say the flipped upside down, which is the bat. That guy. So seeing it as that being who did all this to a very close sibling, rival, person of stature, but he had his reasons supposedly. I don't know. All right. It's like any show you can think of, any play script you can rewrite is always somebody who's closest to you to put the dagger through your back. Hence, you say, I would say Maximus, or you could say, hell, I would say All Might, but I ain't gonna use that analogy. Shoot, it's tons of characters, man. There's always somebody getting stabbed in the back. Caesar was betrayed by his loyalist people. Hell, there's a magnitude of people always being betrayed by the ones they feel was worthy of high esteem because they brought them to a higher point with them. So, Osiris was betrayed by Set. I mean, I won't say betrayed, but he was feasted upon and then was fed to the crocodile, which is another. Henceforth, I swear that's why so many people have Crocs. Is it not amazing that everybody wears Crocs? That Crocs blew up on the scene. I mean, they're not even really that comfortable. They're alright, but I don't get what all the hype is about Crocs. That's like a lazy person shoe. But alright, you know what I'm saying? Take the easy route. Crocs. But like I said, gotta look at the naming and why people name things what they name them. They don't name nothing for no reason. Like I said, there are abilities and things and techniques and tools and ancient practices and technologies that we have in this world that's been around for a long time, way before you can even think of, right? Then there's new things that's been incorporated to mimic and emulate and imitate the things of old. Like I said, movie Cabin in the Woods, they have to perform certain things to try to fulfill certain energies, man, and take it back. Now, I'm not gonna crap on this lady because she looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? She provided me with something. So, but the catch 22, the tools they always provide you, always has a catch to it. It might be like, say for instance, I give you something, motherfucker got like the world's biggest holding. If I give you, say for instance, I I take you somewhere, knowing that you ain't got no money, I'm gonna ask you for gas money. Like, come on, bro. You gonna pass that energy off like that? Or I'm gonna wash your stuff for you, but I plan on stealing some of it. Or I get your stuff and I give it back to you and it's all ripped up. I bring you something and it's all the stuff I know you don't like to eat. Now, is that not how people do? Or I'm gonna bring you something that I know you're not gonna drink. Or I'll bring you something that's gonna be poisonous. So we can just play the mind games. I told y'all, mental, psychological, physical, spiritual, 4 parts makes up the immortal or mortal, immortal and mortal man. 4 corners has to be squared to square the circle. Seeing as you have to square this, you know what I'm saying? And everybody keeps screaming out about timing, timing, timing. It's all about timing. Timing is an illusion because if you can control the outcome of the timing, what is timing? Because that means you have to base your whole reality off of my decision of making my move. So until I make my move, your whole reality is shut down. Because you're basing your reality off of the perfect time, and I'm basing my reality off of when I decide to do something. Henceforth, they say God never is there when you need him, but he's always on time. I think that's like, is it the same? He might not be there when you need him, but he's always on time. Saying is, when you think you need something at that time. But then when God pops up and hits you with that, like, whoosh, there it is. I got you. And I said I'm going to take care of you. Henceforth, like I said, there is a collective, and they'll tell you when to decide, like, when you supposed to be feeling for something, and when you supposed to. That's what you call a different type of slave. Because if I'm out here like David in the wilderness being chased by Saul and his many troops, because I say I want to wear a crown upon my head that was not by my choice, because I decided I wanted to stand for something not by my choice. Always remember that, because these things were built inside of me before I even was released from the womb. This was already bred inside of me to be this character of I stand for something. So if I stand for something, right, and I believe that I mean for something, that means this was already rehearsed and set in stone before I even could try to rewrite it. Nah, they want to color the picture of you being foul, saying you're less, you don't deserve it, you stink, you're filthy, you're sick, you're cold hearted, you're nothing. Look at you. Look at the way you dress. You don't even match the apparel to deserve anything. Then I go to looking and say, well, how did we get here? You gotta ask yourself these questions, man. Like, how did we get here? Now, is it because you were just out there squandering and just throwing away and being frivolous? Or was you taking care of things and trying to help? And somebody took an opportunity to use that to their advantage to try to get you in the end. A snake gonna be a snake. You gotta be wise as one. Cunning as a fox. I would say fast as a horse, but I don't like that analogy. So you gotta be to yourself like a wolf at times. You gotta be focused and remember the good and the bad at times, like an elephant. You gotta be slow to doing things, certain things, like a tortoise. But when you hit that water, you gotta be quick as hell. You know what I'm saying? Also, knowing that the hare is pretty quick, you gotta be as wise as a dragon. Hence the serpent. But the eagle, who becomes the phoenix, is the one who you truly want to be. Not only does that eagle feast on that lion, henceforth I had an eagle out here for like 3 days. It's gone now. Should be around there somewhere. But feast on the lion. You got to be able to create new energy. Hence the word, the movie Groundhog Day. You're seeing this over and over, bro. We ready for you to wake up and retry something new. The real fifth element. Spirit, soul. They doom you before you start. Like I said, man, there are children who know how to play this game. Children. Um, they want you to be like, all right, so this is a lot of Bible thumpers too. Why is it that we have people that know people's situation, they still act like they don't see nothing, and God don't lay nothing on their heart, right? Well, I don't know if God laying it on their heart or not. Look here. Here's the situation. Like when you see Peter eating with the people, and then he turned around and bashed the whole squad of them. Because why? He seen his fellow Jews show up and was like, oh, yeah, forget them food tripping. But he was over there smacking away with the squad. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, bro, I'm not a wicked one. I'm the type of being that when planted right, I grow. When taken for granted, usually things don't go as should be. And I will stay to myself because there is something tricky afoot. Like that boy Tricky Dick, he was like, y'all gonna give you out here doing all this scamming. I might as well scam myself too. They all the same, bro. The things we have to deal with just for a piece, not even a piece, for some crumbs of the pie. You see how there's so many sitting at the table and there's so many underneath the table, just waiting for them to sprinkle them with a piece of crumb. Like, dear God, will you bless me today, sir? Like, how is it that how can you, like this is what I don't get. Outside of literally like fighting or doing some crazed thing at a shelter, you have some nerve to be putting people out of a shelter. Like, bro, you telling me you want to see people sleeping on the ground, but then you'll complain about it. Or someone like you will complain about it, and you're the cause of them going back to the street. Then you complain about somebody doing drugs or being addicted and being out there just wilding out. But you be the very person to cause that. But then you say, no, they ain't got no self control. But then you say, well, damn, you the one supposed to be teaching the person self control because this person obviously ain't got it because you apparently seeing it for yourself that they ain't got the self control because they in the situation. So, I mean, damn. Then you say, hey, is it really this person who can't handle the stress? Or is it you who can't handle the stress? Because at the end of the day, this country, man, there's people over in Africa that don't even worry about it. Them kids will eat some rice and some beef sticks and be super good. You know what I'm saying? And the whole village winning. The whole village winning. Bro, the whole village winning, bro. Now, somebody asking me a question indirectly while I'm speaking, you know what it is. Because that's how they do. They'll ask you something in the midst of saying something and be saying this is what you're saying. Like I said, it's bigger than this, bro. Like Nino said, it's bigger than this. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than a cell phone. It's bigger than some Wi-Fi. It's bigger than TV. It's bigger than just eating a plate of food. It's bigger than some new clothes, some sneaks, a new car, all that, man. It's bigger than that, bro. And people act like that's what it's all about, man. Cause like there's people who are still committing suicide who work 9 to 5 all day long, waste all that energy going to work out, or whatever the case may be, just to turn around, blow their brains out, or jump off a bridge, or whatever the situation is, because this shit don't, it ain't adding up, bro. They doing all that for nothing, bro. Cause they can't find no real peace, or they wife's out there slutting around, or they husband out there doing God know what. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, bro. Why? That's all I'm saying. Why? But other than that, on the positive note, so man, if y'all ain't see in the sky the other night, there was a very crazy phenomenon. I don't know if it's how accurate it is, if it's been depicted on the news or anything like that. There were stars in the sky that collapsed in on each other, did some real amazing things. If you have any knowledge about it, give me some feedback, and we'll go from there.